All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 2.
All
Okay.
right, so we are officially in Mantle, but we might not be in Mantle for much longer.
Right.
We might be getting taken directly to Ironwood.
Which would be helpful.
Or maybe Winter.
Or a prison from which they'll give them a phone call, perhaps.
Right. Crow will be like, hey, guys, like, why aren't you taking me?
Yeah.
Why aren't you taking us to Ironwood?
Yeah.
But what we've got here is a situation where we are instigating our look into what makes Atlas as a nation work.
Yes.
How Big Brother kind of watches over everyone. How Ironwood is kind of in his semi-totalitarian state-ruled system with a council, which apparently he had 2 seats on in Volume 4. So who's to say where things are now?
Yeah. And Penny's back. Penny's back, which is awesome.
Penny being back. Penny being back is something that is the pure and perfect fan service that we totally saw coming at some point, but they actually decided to give it to us in the premiere episode. Okay. Fantastic.
Because why deal with pretenses?
Right.
And the Aesops, I just got to say, I love the name, even though it's a minor thing.
Yes,
it's great.
Yeah,
it's
very,
great.
very clever there.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were taken by a squad of those
Ace operatives. Yeah.
Special forces. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess in this episode we end up kind of just touching base.
Yeah.
Get us kind of up to speed with where things are at from the main characters in Atlas's perspective.
Right.
And,
such as say the villains that are either in Atlas already or en route to Atlas or whatever.
Maybe I think Ironwood's just the big point here. I want
mainly
Ironwood. Yeah. And it's been a while since we've seen him, so that beard,
Yes, indeed.
Have an explanation.
He hasn't shaved in a while. Like what happened to the perma stubble? It was such a good look.
Yeah. What happened, Foxy Silver Daddy? You're letting us down.
Exactly.
But we're excited, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into this.
So does this mean that our good boy is officially on Team Juniper?
All right, we'll see. Someone was showing me an edit that Arnold did where, or someone else did, but he posted as a video where they synced up an SAO opening and it fit perfectly with Ruby's opening here, because it's now 90 seconds and it fits a lot of the beats in terms of how fast paced it is with a lot of other kind of anime style OPs. It's like, all right, Ruby's full anime now. I kind of have to agree. This feels very much like an anime OP where a lot of montages of specific characters in dynamic poses, and
they really don't have thinning shears in Atlas though. And Sean, oh boy, he's really let himself go since Mira, it's just... I'm excited for that.
Yeah, Dust Lines also could be really exciting. We haven't had, a lot of definitive stuff on Dust in a while. Oh, okay, that new character fighting with Crow against Tyrion. Okay. Cool, so she could be like a Mantle representative of sorts. That sounds fun. Yep. And then I'm assuming that staff in the background there was
the
Relic of Creation. Yeah. Lighting. Magnets. Magnets, Nora.
They're actually like electric, manacles.
So she's causing friction. Yeah.
Where do you think they're taking us?
I'm gonna go with jail.
I still can't believe that fishing pole guy took us out like it was nothing.
Welcome to Atlas. Those
Fishing pole.
were Ironwood's ace operatives.
Yeah.
You guys had a run-in with the Aesops? Ironwood must really have a bone to pick with you.
They're not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal? The Aesops are the elite
Oh, here we
of
go.
elite military
Here we
henchmen,
go.
and Ironwood's personal attack dogs.
Ironwood's
got you too,
personal
huh?
attack dogs.
I wouldn't let myself get caught by them. I'm here because I've been speaking out against Atlas's exploitation of Mantle, and General Ironwood is trying to silence me.
You threw a brick at her ship.
It's worth it if it gets people talking about our cause.
I love it.
Our cause?
Yes, the fight for better conditions in Mantle, led by the charismatic, talented, lovely
Me.
Robin Hill and her happy huntresses. They were all top Atlas Academy graduates who could have signed up for the military, but Robin and the Huntresses chose to stay in Mantle. She's
They're
gunning
like,
for
this
a
thing
seat on the
cannot
Kingdom's Council, and when
go
she
up
gets
fast
it,
enough.
she's gonna put an end to Ironwood's tyranny.
Happy Huntresses.
Is that their real name?
Don't you think tyranny's a little dramatic?
I am a part of the labor union.
Easy to say for a Schnee heiress living comfortably up in Atlas.
Not anymore.
Okay, so Robin Hill is our character that we saw in the OP then. Gotcha.
Visuals.
Atlas!
It's gorgeous up here. Don't let that fool you.
This isn't the police station.
Oh! The
Atlas
Citadel.
Academy.
It looks like the Jedi
What?
Temple. Oh, this is Atlas Academy. Oh.
Yeah. Why are they getting taken here?
Well, Ironwood is the headmaster. Of...
Yeah, I mean, well, and I guess if they were
Straight up,
like,
this is the Jedi Temple, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like, this is...
So when's Order 66 gonna happen? No, the clones are already on their side. Yeah,
No, but that's the thing.
Guess we
Yeah,
will be seeing
you know.
a general.
yeah.
Order 66
For better or
Already
worse.
has. Yeah.
kind of was done in Volume 3.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, what do we do?
Visuals are so good.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, but we should be careful with what we say.
We'll follow your lead, Ruby.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Ruby turns around. Now, whatever you do, Uncle Crow, don't antagonize him.
Winter's not here, so, you know, I don't really need to do anything about that.
I'm not one of your special operatives, Jimmy. They're ace operatives.
Oh!
You're here!
And Penny's with the...
Okay.
Whoa!
All right.
Winter.
Oh!
Reunions! Woohoo!
Anyone
Best girl.
want to give us a hand with these?
You have 10 seconds to take those off before I start hurting you.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
Okay. Well, this is.
They seem rather chill. All right,
Yeah.
sweet.
Come in.
I'm really glad that this is.
It is
That
so
they're
good
being
to see
understanding
all of
and
you.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The reception didn't really convey that.
I sincerely regret how you were treated by my team. When a rogue airship entered our airspace, it raised some red flags.
Understandably so.
We assumed the
Yes.
ship was stolen.
Stolen?
I mean,
I mean,
Okay, yeah. It was stolen.
yeah.
You stole an Atlas airship? What were you thinking? You might have been shot down. How unbelievably irresponsible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry I
good.
worried you.
Good.
We
Yeah.
did what we had to do.
I
that faintest little blush.
suppose I understand.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe that you allowed this to happen, Crow.
You try stopping these kids when they have their minds set on something. Speaking of which,
Oh,
we have some important information for you.
Yes.
good.
Confidential.
Oh, is it about the relics?
Or perhaps the Winter Maiden?
Oh.
You told them?
Oh. Gotcha. He's running the show for real now.
Did you
Yeah.
really think you were the only one who got to work on a new plan after Beacon? With Ozpin gone, I needed my own team of people I could trust. So yes, I told them. The Aesops
Okay.
too.
Whoa.
Which is why I'm
Okay.
so glad you're here. With this. Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly turn the tide against Salem. Oz has pushed her back, has kept victory out of her claws, but she will keep returning, stronger and stronger.
Okay, what's
But
your
why
plan?
the ominous music?
Unless we destroy her.
But that can't be done.
But what about the Atlas relic?
You mean the Staff of Creation?
It's safe inside the vault.
And the Winter Maiden?
She is secure and in stable condition.
Stable
Wow.
condition. What does
She's
that...
not exactly a spring chicken.
Oh. Oh.
Gotcha. The winter
Keeping
crone,
her
more
alive.
like.
I know how this all looks. Recalling my military, the embargo, I probably don't seem the most trustworthy right now.
Then why continue it?
The people of Mantle are hurting.
I needed to ensure Salem couldn't infiltrate Atlas, and I wanted my
Yeah.
military here, protecting my people.
But it's not protecting them. It's making everyone hate you.
It's a price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, that's not his priority right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't care if he's still in power
Just as you
after
all have been
this.
entrusted with the knowledge of Salem's existence, I need you all to trust me. I have a plan.
All right, let's go.
Ozpin believed the best way to fight Salem was to do so in secret. Whether that was the right choice or not isn't for me to say. But we find ourselves in a position of needing, well, a new approach.
And what do you suggest?
Penny Army, Penny Army.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
That's
Yeah, it's the Amity Arena. Yeah.
where the Vital Festival is held?
Indeed. When Beacon fell and everyone on Remnant lost contact with one another, I knew our current system was outdated. Amity was
This is
built
gonna be
to
like
bring the nations together.
Big Brother
And it
gunner
will serve that
satellites.
purpose once again.
Isn't it great? We're not going to just replace Beacon Tower. Building a new tower on top of Amity Coliseum will re-establish global communications.
Oh.
By launching the tower high into the atmosphere, our
Ah.
scientists believe we can create a sort of satellite, out of reach of the Grim and capable of maintaining global communications even if we were
Whoa.
to lose another tower.
But
Whoa.
within range where the dust will still work, right?
Right.
James, you don't need the entire military for this.
I will for the next part, where I finally tell the people about Salem.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh. Oh, crap.
So that's why you withdrew your troops. To handle the panic that will break out in Atlas.
Yes, panic is inevitable.
Which will
And
bring the
panic
Grim.
brings Grim.
Yep.
But I believe we are ready. Once Atlas has come to grips
Huh.
with the fight ahead, I'll use Amity Tower to spread the message to all of Remnant.
But everything will fall apart. Grim will be everywhere.
You're
Yeah.
right. But Atlas is willing and prepared to assist.
Trying to hide the truth from the world will eventually kill us all.
Interesting.
Huh.
Oz spent his whole life, many lives,
Yeah.
keeping this secret.
Was against this
know.
idea.
But since Beacon, things have changed. Without him here to guide us, all I can do is use my best judgment.
What makes you think he isn't here to guide you?
Yeah, yeah. By the way.
What is it?
Actually, Oz isn't completely gone.
Yeah.
Oscar here is the next Ozpin.
Oz?
Let's go, let's
So
go.
glad you're here. I didn't think you...
Not quite. He's kind of, gone at the
Well-
moment.
Well, he sleeps.
That's not
Yeah.
normal. How did he...
We don't know. We were in a train crash, and ever since, well, suddenly Oz wasn't there anymore.
Oh, Ruby. She's
It's the worst news yet. Did you learn
Okay.
anything from him about the
Huh.
relics before?
He told us the lamp can answer 3 questions. But all the questions were used up already.
Interesting.
okay.
Right, right.
Okay.
Ozpin told us that too. Once upon a time.
He
All
did,
right.
huh?
All right.
At least we have you, Oscar. You're safe here in Atlas.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
together we can figure out how to bring Ozpin back.
Thank you, sir. I mean, General. Ironwood?
Okay, so we've got everyone together. We've got a little bit of a semblance of a plan.
Yeah.
But
You're
Ruby,
giving it back to me?
After what happened with the Aesops, I don't want you to think I'm keeping anything from you, especially something as important as this. For the time being, I think it's safest with the people who brought it here.
Ironwood is being very...
Thank you.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
We must work together if we are to fight Salem and win.
Okay,
So
awesome.
let's get them integrated into
Now,
Alice Academy.
If you're all on board,
Tell us how we can help.
Okay.
good.
That wasn't a
Because
yes,
getting the
really,
Amity Tower ready to
but
launch
I like
will be
it.
Easy. But first, I think we need to get those weapons of yours up to our standards.
Nice. Nice.
Oh!
Remember,
Yeah.
Atlas. While assisting the military, we will provide you with the best equipment. our
Outfit
scientists can
changes! Woo! What if Jean's haircut is like a mandatory thing for like crew cut, haircut, buzz cut? Yeah. Or the scissors in your house
I'd like to
broken,
sincerely
son.
apologize for the miscommunication down in Mantle. We didn't
Okay.
intend
So bad, honestly. If we had known who you were, we'd be laughing over a hot meal right now. And
I understand.
Dang, she
just
big.
following orders.
She's strong.
You could have asked us some questions first.
Oh my god.
Questions are for the weak. But we're all on the same team now. Not that I'm happy about it.
What?
Okay. Oh.
We just wanted to say we're sorry, and that we're looking forward to working with you on our next mission.
All
Might be
right.
students, but you've been fighting just as hard as we have, if not harder.
exactly why I'm looking forward to seeing what you kids can do.
Not everything's a competition, Hare.
Oh, Zenyatta. What's going on
Come
here?
on, let me show you around campus.
All right. So we've got a lot of new characters, but things are just too easy.
You sound different. Do you have a cold?
I meant it when I said it was good to see you again.
Yeah.
That's weird, though.
He's like, I'm not used to this.
Oh, Daddy Ironwood hug.
Yeah.
What?
Hey! Awesome.
See, Ironwood needed that hug.
Exactly,
Ironwood needed
yeah.
that hug.
The cafeteria,
What?
and
What?
that way's the
What
training
is-
rooms.
Oh, okay,
And
okay,
over
gotcha.
there are the
Yeah.
classrooms.
To showcase all the
This
all
all
the
looks
things.
great, Penny.
That was
But where
that was
are we
different.
staying?
Yeah.
Remember, you're in Atlas now. As the most well-funded school on Remnant, every team at Atlas Academy gets their own room. And if that wasn't enough,
So we're staying in the dorms?
it'll be just like Beacon again.
Dead. Nora
Sorry,
has
we
died.
have severe PTSD. I don't know if we can trust being in the dorm life again.
Right.
While that may be the case for the rest of the world, I can tell you it's certain.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Cinder and Neo.
And it will
Yeah.
remain
Oh no, Watts. Watts. Yes.
Yeah.
For the
He's
last time, a
he's-
singular hideout makes
he's
us
a
more susceptible
lanky
to
guy.
discovery.
And he's
We stay mobile.
Walking around a city with 1,000 eyes.
While cybersecurity has been stepped up in Atlas, as
Yeah.
usual, none of the code was updated in Mantle.
Jeez.
That certainly sounds useful.
It
So they
should
just
be.
run the city.
I helped write that code, after all.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Oh well, this is bad. This is
Yeah.
really bad.
Well, I suppose we all have our talents.
Oh. Okay. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah. Something tells me Tyrion kind of expressed himself a little bit too dramatically in that room over there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, well, this was awesome.
This was surprisingly simple.
Yeah.
We go straight to Ironwood, no nonsense.
We're all working together.
We're all
except
working together.
Ruby's actually keeping some secrets.
Ruby's keeping secrets for, I think, the reasons that they want to have agency. And Ironwood just kind of was like, this is the way things are going to be. You know.
I don't think we have a single.
They all are pretty tall.
Yeah, I don't think we have a single male character in RWBY that's below 6 foot.
Ren. I think Ren's like 5'11", 5'10". Yeah.
And that difference between 5'11" and 6 foot, it's everything.
It's everything, yeah.
Yep.
It's completely everything. All right, well, okay.
All right.
This was a twist.
Yeah.
RWBY with an episode with no melodrama.
And RWBY, as the character, was actually the one being like, I don't know if I want to work along with everybody.
Yeah, she seemed like this is a bit too smooth.
Right.
She's exercising caution, which I think is nice. I think that most of the information that she withheld from Ironwood is the kind of thing that isn't a game breaker for their whole setup there, because in a lot of ways there's a lot of mystery surrounding Ozpin's motivations, but specifically more that because he's a little bit on the outs with them, or they are with him, well, both. It keeps, I would say, Ironwood from being paranoid and more, maybe a little bit more hopeful.
Right.
So you could look at this as a way of RWBY being like, she's needlessly withholding information. Or you could look at it as the way that she's saying, well, what's important is that we do tell him that Ozpin is back.
Right.
So therefore he will value our input a lot more. And in some ways, we might be a little bit worried that he's going to then isolate, Oscar from them, cordon him off as his personal oracle for information.
They
and stuff.
they were scared a bit by some of the stuff that they saw, so they're like, okay, this is cool that he seems to be so reasonable, but just in case there is an issue, we're gonna keep some things that should be harmless off the table. But
But the fact that even though this was a controlled environment by which he could dictate certain things surrounding the engagement with Team RWBY, Juniper, and Crow, he could also have just not told them a lot of his plans and stuff. And I think him doing this shows that, if anything, he's scared and paranoid, yes, but he is very willing to get help in this situation here, and which is a good sign, because usually an arrogant person that is paranoid as well will not accept any help, input, feedback, or what have you.
And even his master plan, while it is very risky to try and do that, it's something where he's basically saying, I'm going to be giving up control in certain areas by telling the populace, try and do it in a controlled way, of course, right?
Well,
but basically
he's not letting the other kingdoms in on this plan, though. Well, so they're all going to be suddenly overrun with Grim as people panic.
No, that was the point of it, though. He was saying, we're going to do it for Atlas first. Tell Atlas about it. Tell everyone over here about Salem.
Are you sure about
that? Then,
that?
assuming it goes well, then we can tell the other kingdoms later, and then Atlas will be able to help them defend against the Grim when that happens.
I think that's amazing if that's actually what he was saying, but I don't think that's what he said. Let me see. Up here. He will for the next part. Tells the people about Salem, right? Ominous music. Panic is inevitable. Yeah, he'll use it to spread the message to all of Redmond. Wait, what is that part? Yeah, it's to everyone, dude.
No, yeah, but okay. So just pause real quick.
No, just let me catch it.
Okay.
Yeah, he never mentioned anything about the other kingdoms.
Okay. So I could always be wrong, but he said two things that would be absolutely contradictory if he was planning to do it at the same time.
Okay.
Atlas, I pulled the units here so that we can defend Atlas when we tell the people about the Grim. Atlas is going to help will be there for the rest of the world when they know about the stuff and the Grimm go crazy. In order for both of those to be true, they could not be at the same time.
So then he's not actually going to be protecting the rest of the world.
Yeah, either he blatantly lied to their faces and everyone's too stupid to realize it, right? That, hey, you just said you'd be doing 2 separate things with the military, you know, right?
Or it's not about being there when it happens. It's about then going, oh, when you need help, then we'll come to your aid.
Oh, okay, what if there was the simpler example that works out, where we're going to do it here as a test because this is a very dangerous thing to do, right? And then once we do that, and our kingdom is taken care of, basically, then we're going to go to other places and we'll do it there. Like, doesn't that make more sense?
That makes sense, but that's not what he said.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, and that I think that it would be smart to localize, contain the information, but then all the panic from that would go directly to them there. And you don't think there would be any leaking of that information out of Atlas?
Exactly. Yeah, of course not. They specifically set up an embargo so that no one other than military personnel would be able to go around.
I'm not talking about leaving. I'm talking about sending out communications.
The communications are down between the different kingdoms.
Okay. Let's run with this. So, what he said was vague in that regard. So let's assume he's smart and go with he's going to tell Atlas first.
Right.
Because he doesn't have Amity Tower, Coliseum, what have you, all set up and all that. That's a satellite and stuff. In order to have his military all here, he's ready for basically a huge panic of sorts.
Right.
Now he's really risking a lot on the standpoint that his own internal structure for Atlas and Mantle and all that won't collapse in on itself, given that they should have their own indigenous Grimm. It's not like Grimm don't exist on this continent.
Yeah.
So it's
right.
It's bigger.
They fought Grimm in the first episode. Yeah.
Well, right, but Atlas is a city.
Yeah, like Mantle and the continent and everything. That's where there could be some issues, and they could get into plenty of moral questions and things like that when it's basically okay, you're going to do this, but you're not going to be like just sacrificing everyone down below because, okay, we can't defend them properly or whatever.
Well, I think they're totally going to have that conversation, though. Atlas is just one city. There are people that live probably in other places other than Atlas and Mantle.
Yeah, and in Atlas, they only need to worry about Grimm that can fly, right? And if they have enough turrets and stuff, they can Atlas would probably be okay.
Yeah, but then
everyone
Mantle,
down below,
Yeah, so there's 2 tiers of it. There's one, which is, do they send forces away from Atlas? Probably not, because your argument was that they wouldn't be able to split them up for the rest of the world. So why would they do that in their own country then?
Sure.
So he's willingly instigating Beacon 2.0 on the grounds that they're so prepared that this will all work out.
The Grimm will be running into firing squads, basically. Yeah.
Well, they'll just be running into a prepared human resistance,
right?
Which I think is fine. It is basically putting your fate on a metaphysical D20 check,
right?
Just knowing that, hey, we're rolling with advantage, so we should get a better than a 50-50. But all you have to do is just roll badly because of little things that you didn't, account for, like the idea of him thinking about the whole beacon incident. They went and updated all their security coding. All that stuff.
But they didn't do that in Mantle. It's like, if you're going to do something like this, you better have all that stuff figured out.
Well, right. It just shows where their priority is.
Right.
It has nothing to do with actually protecting the world and what have you. It's just, we've got Atlas, and it's our super system thing here. We're going to do a super version of that, where we will then have global communications set up, and it's even more effective. So I guess my guess here with this whole thing is that I don't think it'll work.
I don't think it'll.
I don't think it can work. I think a lot of this is a good plan in theory, but you think panic will go away once basically they overwhelmingly stop a fight with a whole bunch of Grimm or what have you? Like well, a Doomsday event where they're like, hey, this is Doomsday, but we're prepared for Doomsday, so let's go and just face it head on. A lot of people be like, no, what? Who cares who cares even if they win Doomsday? It's that you guys lied to us and all that kind of stuff. You're then saying that then after Ironwood loses power, probably because they have to do some internal changes with Atlas's structure, then they'll go leak the information out to the rest of the world. Like, yeah,
no, I don't. Well, okay, on the whole Ironwood thing, I don't think he'll get removed from power during the midst of the height of the conflict, right? If that were to happen, it would be something that would happen because of Salem machinations or whatever. But I don't think that would happen based on just the regular sway of the people, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wasn't talking about in the middle or at the height of it. I'm talking about when it's over.
Well, yeah, and there could be
that's almost like
definitions of when it's over, whether we're talking about over for Atlas, over for Atlas and Mantle and everything as a whole, their kingdom as a whole, over for the whole world, who knows, right?
Yeah.
But I think that the reason that it will end up not working is that either they aren't aware of the cost, but since that everything's being put into this, I think Atlas will more or less be okay. The question is what will the cost be? Because and as far as like people calming down eventually, like I feel like that would have to end up happening just because people can't be at their maximum state of panic all the time.
Well, I didn't say maximum, but they won't. I don't think they would calm down. The idea that there is a ever-present force that is unkillable, unstoppable, depending on how he spins the Salem story. Let me just put it this way. If he's honest and he says that we are up against a malevolent pseudo-human force that actually controls the Grimm, and we're going to defeat her using the powers of the kingdoms, combining the relics and all that good stuff. Cool. That's a message that I would send to everyone at once. I don't see the reason why he would risk it all on Atlas given his isolationist policy. Why not let it be a thing of like, okay, I'm telling everyone this is part of the benefit you get from now having global communications and stuff. Right. And now that this is established, let me know you're wanting to work with me.
Right. That's what he would do if he was truly going for the isolationist route, where he didn't intend to ever help the other kingdoms. And then
if he didn't intend to help them immediately. Just now. That's all it is. We're only working in the present. We can't.
All right. Given the fact that he's wanting to help the other kingdoms, that means that they are at very least a priority, even if they're not the number one priority.
Right.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the number one priority.
Sure.
But still, they are a priority.
But given that they're a priority,
right,
it would make sense then that he would do the thing that would be most likely to also help them as well.
Again, I just bringing up the fact that he didn't specifically say that in his whole speech here, which would have been so easy for him to say, and they might have actually been like,
if it
wow,
turns out
that's really
if it turns out that he's
of you.
wanting to do everything at the same time, and that when he said we're going to be there for him, it means we will send them our thoughts and good wishes, as everything goes to hell, then I will happily take my hat off.
That's also assuming that they're completely incompetent as kingdoms to where they can't actually protect themselves from Grimm, which I think is a little...
Right, but Atlas is the most prepared. So if Atlas can do it, then then maybe this strategy has some viability. If not, if Atlas can't take care of Atlas, then the other kingdoms will probably be less able to take care of the Grimm apocalypse, basically, that they'd be bringing on.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I can't really fully accept your interpretation of things because of the way this plan is set up, is that it cannot work in a meta level. It can't actually work. So therefore, the main obvious way of bringing it up is that there is a minor logical leap you're making in that the characters in the show are intelligent.
Just logical leap. Oh boy.
No, really, because they didn't say it. They didn't say that.
Okay.
And then therefore also this guy is being set up also as a little bit of the character who has to be the one that fails.
Yeah.
Like,
but
because he's paranoid and isolated.
But we're assuming that all the people in that room, and there were about 20 characters or so, or 15, are intelligent, right? And that they didn't see the obvious contradiction that there would be if he was doing what you're saying he would be doing. Again, and the thing is, they can have it fail, not because it doesn't work at all, but because the cost is too high, the whatever. And then that's touching more on the whole idea of the moral questions. The ends
justifying the means.
The ends justify the means, exactly, which is what they've been setting up for him as a character in Atlas in general and all that stuff.
Yeah. I just don't have as much faith in you and the capabilities of the story to necessarily do it that way because they didn't say it that way.
Gotcha.
I would just rewatch the scene. It's
okay. Well, I mean, hey, we'll be able to see.
Yeah, we'll be able to see
future episodes.
We will
but,
see. Yeah.
Like if not for how anti-melodramatic this episode was,
yes,
I would be much more inclined to agree with you. But given that this episode was so anti-melodramatic, given the fact that Ironwood was being so understanding and being like, hey, like so glad to see them and not being standoffish and what are you guys doing here? Blah, 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 blah. I have a plan,
Yeah.
I could not see that happening at all.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a specific reason as to why he wouldn't say that though, specifically? Is it just because it's assumed? Like it just makes sense?
Just constraints of the episode, not going as in detail into the plan, whatever. Like expositing every exact detail of the plan, da-da-da-da-da.
So it would have taken 20 seconds, I think, to add that bit in there, maximum. And I think also what it would have done story-wise, thematically, is it would have been a thing of him showing a lot of how he's willing to bear the burden himself specifically if he said that Atlas is going to bear the brunt of it initially by doing this. And that could have all been not explained with him speaking it, but us as characters, us as the audience and the characters kind of going, wow, all right.
Okay.
Dang, that's
I feel like that was the general tone that he was taking, that they were having Ironwood take as a character this episode, even if he wasn't saying those exact things. So I still feel like it stands, but I guess we'll see in the next episode. But
they're setting up an Atlas Academy.
Yep.
Which feels natural, actually. It's like, oh yeah, where else would they be? But there's the other standpoint of now, since they're in Atlas Academy, we have to spend a lot of time getting to know other characters that are new. Essentially, we have these Aesops here, which that's a funny little little bit there.
And they're actually going to be making them semi-important characters.
That's my point. Yeah, they're Team Coffee, but for Atlas, basically.
Right.
Yeah, and Penny.
Team Coffee, but
Penny is also an inner circle kind of important person here.
She wasn't just shunted off to Mantle to be forgotten about or something like that.
She's essentially on the same level as the Aesops, or more so. Which then gives me a question about this whole little but very important thing they dropped with the Winter Maiden. She is old.
Yeah.
And that totally doesn't resonate with the whole Penny portaling, bringing pairing a soul with a suit of armor that to make them never die.
Oh, totally, definitely. Yep.
So that's going to be a thing, probably. Other than that, though, it's just us establishing, where everything is at. We have our view on the plan and what have you.
And we know how Watts is terrifying in Atlas. It's not that he's like necessarily some high political figure, although he still could be. No, he just runs Mantle.
Yeah, he has an in on their system. He's running an admin, login or what have you. And it's with terrifying levels of accuracy so that he could do whatever he wanted here.
Right.
Including starting all kinds of panics and also ruining their security when a grim invasion would attack.
Absolutely. And that's why it if they do this, because what I'm getting, like, the way I'm thinking about this, why they're not just updating the security software for Mantle, because like it should just be software. There shouldn't be hardware issues or whatever, so it might be something where everything goes offline for 24 hours or something. I don't know how it would work, but
I think it's because they're not networked. I think it's specifically that they don't actually have a connection to Mantle.
Oh no, it's the network. Like they're feeding information everywhere with all the cameras and everything.
Right, but I meant for security purposes, everything in the Atlas thing is all hardlined together. So they're not risking any kind of outbound connection going out so that they could get cyber attacked through someone in Mantle. Because they just can't actually feasibly physically protect
No,
Mantle.
but I think those would be just the general things that you'd have for any kind of cyber defense stuff, you know, but that wouldn't necessarily be different from Atlas to Mantle. They like Mantle's stuff they has been cracked, right? But basically when they go to enact this plan, right? However it works, whether it's all of the kingdoms at the same time or just Atlas, you know, whatever. If they don't just update the security measures before they do that for Mantle, that would seem like a very silly thing to do because they already know that the security's been jeopardized.
Right.
So why put it under like an extreme security test when, you know, like, because I'm just thinking that maybe they just haven't bothered to do it yet because it would be something that would take a lot of time or whatever, right?
Even though it's been about a year.
Yeah, which is, yeah. And that might be where the logic of the whole thing breaks down as far as intelligent decisions from our characters, but
we have some wholesome moments. We have Winter and Weiss getting reconnected. We have Penny back and just leading them through the halls of Atlas Academy in a very weird little bit there. Okay, sure, it wasn't long. We have Ironwood and Crow hug. Of all the
like it felt so awkward for Crow,
but of all the perfect silly things to endear us to Ironwood, like this is how lonely the guy's
He's
been.
like, I need a hug.
He's like, I need a hug. I'm a part of the OG crew with Glinda and Ozpin.
Oh yeah, where's Glinda? I don't know.
Like, because he's the only remaining member of Team Stark. Like, can we like talk about how depressing that is? Team Stark, right? They were like Ozpin's OG, like, you know, crew, the Team RWBY at some point, like at least in Ironwood's lifetime, I would assume.
Yeah.
So he's probably someone that knows Tai Yang, knows Raven, knew Summer. But then Crow's the last member of the team, the last one remaining, the last one in the old crew that Ironwood is able to see, and he's just like, oh my god, yes, can we just hug for a second? He's like, no, I really needed to see you, but he doesn't want to sound needy, so he's just like, hey, Crow, like, I really did mean it. Like,
and Crow being like, okay, At first cool, he's
dude.
like, what? And then he's like, oh, all right.
Yeah. But that's the episode.
Yep.
Very, very much just establishing the beginnings of this arc and giving us a little bit of a bigger picture on what's going on. They tried to do a little bit of a one line for each Aesop's operative. Did you see any of them looks, designs, character-wise that you were like, ooh, I'm curious,
yes,
interested?
I just love that we got a female character in the show that actually has defined musculature.
Oh, yes.
Like because
yes, that's right.
You know, because like Team RWBY and everybody and Nora being super strong and everything, you know, cool. But like actually seeing a female character with defined muscles, like I don't think we've seen actual defined muscles on pretty much anybody other than like occasionally like showing that they have abs or something.
Yeah, Ren when he's shirtless.
Yeah.
In season volume 1.
Right. But like we actually got some striation, like, or I don't know if that would be but anyways, point is.
But the point is, I mean,
I appreciate
the RWBY is a show where the characters are wearing very specific clothes as well, so most people aren't going to be showing that much skin.
Exactly.
In general.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to see a goddess character just walk in and just be like, well, RWBY.
Well, and also from the standpoint of just like manipulating the character models, I can imagine that would be a lot tougher because then you're not just dealing with like a cylinder, you know?
Oh, sure.
Because if it's just a cylinder, then whatever, it just stays a cylinder and you know and whatnot. But for something like that, then it's it's different.
Cool. I definitely was in terms of the new characters introduced. I was so annoyed by the protester guy in the van with them.
Yeah.
In the van with them. his voice was grating on my ears. Oh
God, yeah.
And that was probably the intention. That's probably the intention.
Hence the guys rolling up the window. Yeah.
But he gave us a little bit of exposition, which I understand why he was there.
You threw a brick at our ship. You will not silence. It's a price I'm willing to pay.
Right. I understand he's supposed to be comic relief, exposition, throwaway character. But, like, the voice was too grating for me. It was actually painful.
I feel like that's
now we have a name for the lady mantle who was apparently
Robin
also...
Hill.
Robin Hill.
Yeah.
Who was apparently an ex-Atlas Academy graduate who, instead of going into the military, became a leader for the...
He's a political idealist, not a murderer.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Who hopefully won't get turned against the whole thing in some kind of uprising thing or what have you when things go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the biggest twist actually in this episode was just wholesome Ironwood exchange in a tower that very much
no melodrama.
Yeah, no melodrama.
What?
It was very much a Jedi temple design, which by the way was probably the coolest thing this episode was just the design of Atlas Academy.
Yep. Visually,
I want them to confirm it at some point and be like, yeah, this was totally inspired by the Jedi Temple. Like the four spires, and the one standing one in the middle, the big stairs, and the big.
Oh yeah, and even the color scheme of everything. Like,
Yep.
I personally would have preferred for the montage if they had just done still images with each transition of location rather than trying to give them a semblance of motion and then it turning into just some jittery frame rate stuff. But yeah. But the fact that they're back at an academy again, I'm a big fan of that because then we can have them set down roots only for them to be yanked out again.
Yeah, and we kind of know now that the roots can't be too permanent because of where we're at in the story.
Which could be an actual character conflict for them as they're struggling to maybe adjust to, are we actually safe here?
Yeah, and maybe another thing that was kind of a little bit of a twist here is Tyrion was worried about being recognized. Like him and Watts, which our assumption almost always was that Watts was an inn, like he was an inn in Atlas, and it's no. If anything, Watts has nothing. He just somehow got it at some point, and they're on the like, we will be recognized if we are seen list,
right?
Which makes me feel a lot more confident, really, in the protagonist's ability to actually handle Salem and their crew.
Didn't Watts mention though that he designed the security system?
Back in Volume 4?
No. Here, when he was like, after all, I designed it, or something like that.
Yeah, I think.
Or was I just imagining things?
I think he did say that. Yeah,
okay,
I can double check.
Which would be the explanation of sort of what his position in Atlas was, and
yeah, I can double check really quick. I think that is right. Show. What are we doing?
Yeah, the way he was just walking through.
He helped write the code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The way he was just walking through the city, though, and, like, he was getting missed by the cars and stuff, but, like, not stopping, I was like, okay, this is weird. But then when
he has rings. He has rings as his weapons, so to speak. That's pretty cool.
But, like, when the emergency things come up and the car just slams right into it, it's like, oh, man.
Yeah,
wow.
What that is him having all this confidence because of how everything works.
Right.
He basically is forcing, like, he's such a dick about it, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's forcing the crosswalk things with his rings, and it, like, immediately switches as he, like, steps onto there. Do you see that? That little attention to detail? And then even does it here, and they're like, oh, my God. And then...
yeah. As far as like a... Just a little scene too, without exposition about what they're. Well, I mean, there was a little bit of exposition. Okay, yeah. but the idea of just from also how it's being shown.
Yeah.
To communicate just how scary this guy can be when he is, as far as we know, a non-combat person.
Right.
Like he probably has some combat capabilities, but we haven't seen him do anything like that yet, or really threaten that yet.
That's probably why he's paired with Tyrion.
Exactly. Yeah. That was excellent because I was always really excited to see what Watts could do in Atlas, And this lives up to the hype for sure.
Yeah. And Tyrion brutally murdered someone.
Yep.
And let the blood seep out into the camera view, which I guess it's just to build the ominous tension.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. We should check out the names of the Ace Ops.
Yes.
We have Clover Ebby, Elm Adern, Marrow Amin, Harriet Bree, Vine Zeki.
Cool.
Okay. Are there any... Oh, Todd Womack. Okay, cool.
Oh, and I guess and Forrest is the name of the guy that was in the ship.
Yeah. Where is he?
Eric Baudor, up at the front. Top. I mean, yeah. In between Weiss and Nora. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Well, so we've got our crew, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion.
Yes.
Episode chapter 2,
mm-hmm.
volume 7. Way this works now, I didn't put this in the last one.
Oh yeah.
But we do have early access available for people that want to watch the next episode's reaction right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the tricky thing with that is that it's sometimes going to be a little bit delayed based on when Rooster Teeth unblocks the reactions,
right,
specifically. But within about, I would say, 24 to 36 hours from when the episode goes live for everyone through Rooster Teeth, we will have a timer-based version of the next episode's reaction available to watch on our Patreon. So check that out. Links in the description below. And if you want to get on all the discussion side of things, check out our Discord, which any level support gets you access to. You can chat with us about stories, anime, whatever. It's a cool community there. But specifically, you can also talk with Jacob about the book that he wrote. It's
Indeed,
really awesome.
That's right. I wrote a book, in case you hadn't heard. It's a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's available in hardcover and ebook on Amazon. Links in the description. Go check it out.
Yeah, and there's also some Ace Ops in that as well.
Indeed, yes.
Quite good ones, by the way. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.